in Central Asia there is there are no role models for the freedom of press. Maybe Kyrgyzstan is better than Kazakhstan, but in general we all face a lot of problems, such as physical attacks on journalists. Like last year, RFE journalists were physically attacked while filming certain events, and in some protests their cameras were attacked as well. There were unknown people with umbrellas or with certain papers, and they put them on the lens of the camera so that the operator cannot film anything. Also, apart from it, we do have problems with freedom of access to information requests. Although we have a very good law about it, usually the answers that come, they never give any clue about what's going on, about the question that you actually asked, or they are ignored. And censorship as well, one of the issues, because sometimes when you write certain things, I know that some journalists receive calls from other people to delete the articles or change something, and it's happening in most of the media outlets. So far, I am very happy with one of my articles that was published. It's a human story about a female who had spent 15 months in Xinjiang re-education camp in China. And this story was very well read in both Kazakh and Russian language in our Kazakh Service. And I guess the interview with US Secretary Mike Pompeo, because it was my very first ever TV experience and with such a high-profile politician. And I was very nervous, but somehow I managed to keep this to myself and ask the questions that I needed to ask. In my work as a journalist for Radio Free Europe, I think that I would love to continue covering freedom of speech, freedom of press, peaceful protests, and human rights, because we do have a problem with this sphere in Kazakhstan, and I think that the more people are aware of certain things or violations of certain rights, the more they can demand action for fair treatment, for respect and dignity, and for better level of life in general.